Now I dance.
Oh, he goes the long way. Now he grills you.
Oh no, okay.
Where were you the night of the 15th? Tell me.
Oh my God. I was in the Dunkin Donuts parking lot, looking for yeah.
I don't know if you guys would agree with this, but the first time I heard you, and every time I hear you since, it's like you take the best country women from all eras and you roll them all up together, and that's you.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna make me cry.
No,
Thank you.
But after that song, nothing. I mean, that's just absolutely beautiful. But do you agree with me? I mean, you hear a little bit. You go, oh my God, that's a little Dolly. That's a little, Carrie, and it's a beautiful thing because it all makes you with those smoky gray eyes of yours.
Thank you.
No, and here's the question I have.
Yeah.
So that song, obviously, and by the way, your work with veterans is just absolutely outstanding. If you do nothing else in your life, that is a calling, and it is beautiful that you tell their stories through music. It is so therapeutic. They are so underserved, and for that, we are all thankful, I'm sure.
Oh, thank you, guys.
But that story, when you hear it and you know it's about her, it also sounds a little bit about you. And sometimes in a lonely room in Nashville going, how many times are they going to play this place? Why are they not doing that?
Yeah, I think that's because I've been playing shows, I think, since I was like 13, 14. And I remember getting $30 to be there and $20 to park. And then if I bought a Diet Coke, I made $5. And so doing that every day and then coming home and being like, is this what I'm supposed to do? So that's hard some days, but you got to keep going on. And I think that we all have something special to give the world, and it just takes a little time.
Well, here's the thing, though. You write beautifully. You sing beautifully. There must be a number of times when you're like, why is so-and-so doing this? Why did they get that? Why not me at this point in time? And then suddenly, when you're about to pack up and head back home, you get a fella named, what's his name again? Luke.
Luke Bryan?
Yeah.
Luke Bryan.
Who says,
Lukey
you're probably
Pookie.
the best country singer.
Oh, you got a nickname.
That's right. I mean, that's got to make you feel really good. I mean, everybody, I'm sure 1,000 people have told you, you are wonderful, you're fantastic.
Aw,
but when
thank
he
you.
says that,
I was about to have a heart attack. Well, the thing about it, like Ain't About You happened a week before I auditioned for American Idol. And that came out of the blue. And so just thinking about that song and then American Idol happening and everything that 360'd after that. And yeah, Luke Bryan, he was my CD in my car in my mom's old Acura. We had like the pins in the roof, and Crash My Party was stuck in the CD player. And so I remember every day I was listening to Luke Bryan.
and you get Katy Perry saying the same thing, and Lionel Richie. Did you even know who he was?
Oh my God, yes.
Okay, I want to make sure.
Who do you think I
Small
am?
town Tennessee. I know if the Commodores were playing down there.
Oh my God, no.
Jeepers Christ almighty.
My Nana is the biggest fan, and both of them were so sweet. You know, you don't really know how much you get to talk to the judges or anything, and I got to meet Katie's family and her little nieces for one of the episodes, and I remember her saying, she was like, they're Huntergirl fans, and I was like, oh, cool, and then I was going to get coffee after the show, and I hear, Hunter! And there's 3 blonde-headed little girls with these gigantic blue eyes going, and then you just see her mom running after me like, stop, and they're like, no! And I got to hang out with them, and they were so sweet. And Lionel, when I went back on the show, I heard a knock on my trailer, and I was like, oh my God, like I have a trailer all to myself now. I felt really cool. And I heard a knock, and then I opened the door, and he's like, hello. And I was like, that's Rich coming from you.
Oh, yeah. How are you?
Hello. Oh my God, but they were all so sweet.
So speaking of little girls, you start what? Like you're about 3 years old? When was you start singing in church?
3 years old.
3 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And not long after that, you started writing?
Well, I think I started writing around 8 or 9.
So do you remember the first one, the first lyrical joy that came out of this little gal?
Oh, I do.
Okay, so you're 8 years old, Tennessee. What was the first song?
Oh, it's so embarrassing. I'm very sorry. It's called Knight in Shining Armor. Oh no.
Come on, just
I
a
hope
little
there's not a
bit.
video.
Do you
on
have the
YouTube.
audio proof somewhere laying around?
My mom definitely does. If you find my mom's Facebook, it's definitely on there.
Just a touch, a taste of 8-year-old.
Dun, dun, dun. If I never met you, if I never met you. It was very bouncy, but I remember I know it's like Knight in shining armor, knight in armor, yeah. Knight in shining armor, jazz hands.
So then you pack up and you go to Nashville at what age?
18, right when I graduated, I was like, bye, see ya, Mom, see ya, Dad.
And you start writing, you start performing.
Yeah, I started playing on Broadway in Nashville and playing all the honky-tonks there. I was playing about 7 days a week while going to school, and we would do, I think I was doing 4-hour shifts, 4 hours, 8 hours, and sometimes 12 hours, so I do triples. And so I was doing that while going to school for about 2.5, 3 years. I was doing 7 days a week and I remember because my mom would call me whenever I was walking to my car because she was afraid she was going to have to go Liam Neeson on somebody. And so I remember getting back to school around 3, 4 a.m. and I had 7 a.m. class, and then I'd do it all over again the next day. Wow. And then write songs in between there too, and kind of found my friend group with writing and everything. I want to know what coffee I was drinking back then.
And I know that your mother was a special education teacher.
Yes. Yeah.
And your dad was, this is agriculture, define that, a farmer or in the ag business?
He's in like conservation, like NWTF, NRCS, like conservation. So he goes out and does like quail counts and
Oh, like deep.
agriculture.
Oh, yeah,
like,
Department of
She's trapping
Environmental
beavers and
Police.
whatnot.
Yeah,
That should be
yeah,
a song, Trapping Beavers. That sounded like one. But I got a beer in my hand. So, and you got a sister, correct?
Yes, I got a little
she's
sis.
beautiful name too, right? Rylan.
Rylan. Yes, Rylan.
And she is somewhat of a performer as well?
Oh no, we are complete opposites. My sister is in school right now, and she's going to be a pediatric surgeon.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
My mom and dad get whiplash just looking at us.
Boy, that's an awkward conversation at Thanksgiving, huh?
I know. I'm like, it'd be so funny because she's always been so smart ever since we were kids. And she got a perfect score on the ACT, was crushing it. And so she's my younger sister, even though she's like 5'11". And so she's my younger sister, but looks way taller than me because,
Mom.
younger big sister, exactly.
Well, it's probably pretty hard for your parents to decide which they're more proud of. No, honestly, I mean, look at you. Your star's on the rise. Your sister's going to save babies.
Do you have a favorite child?
Do I have a favorite child?
Yeah, child.
Oh,
Do you have a favorite
absolutely. Tucker's way better.
Oh, my
I'm kidding.
God.
No, my daughter's my favorite. So, last question here.
Yeah.
Now that, the star is finally rising after all those moments thinking, am I going to go home? Which would have been a sad day for all of us. I'll tell you that right now. Where are you going to be 3 years from now? Or where do you hope to be?
Yeah. I think definitely hope to be. I'd love to be on the road every weekend, getting to see you guys and getting to play a bunch of songs. Love to have an album out that I'm really proud of and writing music and, have songs on the radio every 5 minutes. I think everybody dreams of that. And honestly, I think I just want to build something I'm proud of at the end of the day and do something that means something to people. And I think that's the mark that I want to leave in country music whenever I do leave. And I'm just really happy to be here today.
That's a good answer. I'm betting this is the last time we'll see you on the stage this size, sister. Next time we have to pay some money.
No, y'all get it for free. Always.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. Let's get that in writing before she leaves. You want to see if there's any questions out here?
Any questions? Don't be shy.
Don't be scared.
All right.
We got one.
If there was anyone you can collaborate with, dead or alive, who would it be? Oh. I know it's hard, sorry.
I know it's okay. It's okay. I think my idol as a kid was Dolly Parton and Reba. Those are my two. Like, I would love to collaborate with them. And then on the other side of like pop thing, I would love to collaborate with Pink because that was my mom's favorite artist whenever I was younger. And I remember her just being like, she's so tough. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I love her too. And she flies around like Peter Pan, and I've always wanted to do that. So I'd love to do a duet, and we're just flying in the air.
We got one down in front.
I have a question about your name. Do you have a middle name? And where did you come up with Huntergirl?
Yeah.
It's catchy and you remember it. And is that your real name or is that just a stage name?
Yeah, so Hunter's my middle name. My sister goes by her middle name too. I think my mom and dad, oh my God, my mom and dad do too. I don't know what's wrong with us. My first name's Tristan, Tristan Hunter, but my last name is Walkanowski. Yeah, that was not made for the stage. Sorry, Dad. Kindergarten sucked for me. But the lady at the front office, she was like, looking at my last name, trying to call me to the office, and I was the only girl named Hunter, and there was a few boys there, and she was like, the girl Hunter, Hunter girl, come to the office. And so I was like, okay. And so I guess I'm Hunter Girl, and the nickname kind of stuck, and that's what my pa calls me. He's like, hey, my little Hunter Girl, what you up to? And I was like, okay, I guess that's my name.
Please
Any
welcome
more?
Walkenowski. It just didn't have the
know.
same thing to it, does it?
Mike Wazowski, where's your paperwork?
Yeah, Sully, get in here.
Any more questions?
Any more?
What was the best advice Luke Bryan gave you?
I think the best advice Luke Bryan gave me is when I sang my first original song on the show, and it was Heartbreak Down, and I was scared to death. I was like, oh my gosh, here we go. Because I feel like whenever you're singing songs that you write, it's like, this is me 100%. And whenever he heard that song, he was like, keep writing. He was like, keep going. He was like, he's like, the songs, you can just completely see the different flip versus like, most of it's covers on the show. And me singing one of my songs, it was like, okay, I like this is an artist now. And he just continued to tell me to keep writing because he loved the songs and couldn't wait to see what happened next. He's a really, really good guy. I was stuck in, our flight got canceled on our way to Utah, and we were stuck in Vegas for a few hours, and they were reaching out, and they're like, hey, are you guys okay? Do you need anything? And I was like, I'm actually going to be back tomorrow, and so they had me out for the show at Resorts World, and I got to hang out with him for a little bit, and so he's the sweetest guy ever.
Ladies and gentlemen. What? Oh, okay. Thank you for the positive.
Thank you.
Please give it up for Hunter Girl, okay?
Thank you, guys.
And now, if you like, we will take some pictures to celebrate and capture
Head on
the...
back to the Dunkin Lounge. We're going to line you guys up along the wall. Follow these lovely ladies, and they'll help you out.